Hello and welcome back to SHRM Session 5, Part 3. In this lesson, we will learn how differentiation and integration affects organizational structures. Your learning outcome for this lesson is getting to know Lawrence and Losch's differentiation and integration theory when it comes to organizational structures. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand how differentiation and integration play a role in organizational structure design and also learn new aspects of business that affect organizational structures. Integration mechanisms. Authors Lawrence and Losch came up with theories of differentiation and integration. They analyze the internal structures of organizations in terms of levels of differentiation and integration. What does differentiation mean? It describes the difference in cognitive and emotional orientation among managers in different functional departments with respect to goal orientation, interpersonal relations, time orientation, and formality of structures. What does integration mean? It describes the quality of state of collaboration that exists among departments that are required to achieve unity of effort by the demands of the environment. It is the degree of coordination and cooperation between different departments with independent tasks. According to Lawrence and Losch, there are subsystems in organizations like sales, production, and R&D. They segment tasks into sectors for market sub-environment, technical and economic sub-environment, and scientific sub-environment. The hypothesis of these authors was that these subsystems would develop differently based on how they interact with their environment. Furthermore, they felt that the varying attributes would be degree of structure. Studies show that formal structures help with simpler tasks, and informal structures were better for more complex and uncertain tasks. Another attribute is orientation of members towards one another. The authors theorize that subsystems with environments of moderate certainty would have more people in socially interpersonal orientations, while subsystems with either high or low certainty would have members who are more task oriented rather than interpersonal relations. Time orientation and members. Time orientation of members are dependent on the time needed to get definitive feedback from the environment. Goal orientation of members. This means that members of a subsystem would develop concern with the primary goals of coping with their particular environment. Also, according to Lawrence and Losch, the more diverse and dynamic the environment, the more effective the organization will be differentiated and highly integrated. In more stable environments, less differentiation will be required, but higher degree of integration is still required in terms of policies, rules, and procedures. Of course, different environments will require different methods of achieving integration. Given the possibility that different demands of the environment are characterized by different levels of uncertainty, it follows that individual departments may develop different structures. The rise of technology. Technology is changing everything, especially with big data, artificial intelligence, and robotics too coming into the picture. So, what impact has technology on the organizational structure? Technology has led to flattening of the organizational structure. IT could influence the centralized or decentralized decision making process. Fewer levels of management are required when there is advanced technology, and technology could see the need for less supervision. Outsourcing. Outsourcing is another game changer that organizations are adopting, which leaves the core organization to only be concerned with the core business. Legal and administrative activities are first to be outsourced for several reasons. One, to address cost control or to reduce costs. Two, because there's a lack of skill or expertise in certain activities. And three, work that doesn't make a full time role looks profitable to be outsourced. Companies can no longer forget about the outsourced work. Directors are still responsible and accountable for the activities and need to monitor the work, although they are outsourced. Entire functions can be taken out of an organization and can be outsourced. So, how does this change organizational structures? What do you think? What else will happen in the future? What are your views on future developments? Do your research to identify the type of progressive organizational structures that new companies have to adopt.